1, 2.
I think we're live.
I think so.
What's this episode?
At this
We
point,
stopped counting the
I'm
episode.
going back to clean up all the episodes because I
Yeah.
don't think
Okay, we're episode 27 today.
we've even kept up with what episodes should be all about.
Yeah, I think we're episode 27. So we're like, because technically we've been running for half the year now.
Fair.
And then we missed a couple weekends. So yeah, makes sense.
But yeah,
Special episode posts gloves coming off. Your
Fuck.
boy Mark Carney finally found his elbows.
oh boy, I know you all have been waiting for this. Literally, one of my guys on Friday, shout out to you, Ayo, you were like, McCartney was begging the premiers.
He was begging the premiers to
Come
put.
on,
See, so
yo.
up until
yo.
Saturday morning, my biggest fear was that Mark Carney was going to sign a terrible deal and he would try to sell it to Canadians. Like, the guy lost a lot of trust with the whole Gordie Howe Bridge negotiation deal, how he pitched it eventually. He lost a lot of trust. So for me, hearing rumors of, he was practically begging the premiers to put the booze back.
begging.
I mean, Wapkinu said that.
No, it was like he was.
Wapkinu was like, well, he wasn't begging, but what's that step before begging? Right. Wapkinu is savage.
No. See, you know what? Actually, throughout this, I actually have respect for Wap Canoe, though. I think he's a cool premier. I don't know.
He is pretty cool.
Like-
He's savage. I cannot believe he's an NDP guy.
I cannot believe. Mans is so
Wapkinu
pragmatic.
is
He's
NDP.
like Carney-esque.
Please. Please. Wapkinu, put some respect on Wab's name. He is savage. I cannot believe he's NDP.
He was like, yeah.
I like the fact that he was hesitant to play ball with whatever terrible deal Mark Carney was going to sign. Okay, this is not to bash Mark Carney. I am happy he did not sign. No deal is better than a
I
bad
actually
deal.
don't know how you all know he was about to sign a terrible
He
deal,
was
man.
about to sign a terrible. All the indications, all my various sources.
No, what I was saying, remember like the time when it leaked that they wanted to do concessions on supply management.
Yeah.
They wanted to do concessions. There was also a huge leak that came out in the Global Mail. This was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. I was like, dude, where are our elbows on this? We can't just give these guys every single thing. So maybe they leaked it out.
Yeah. Pauline suggested that he should definitely go elbows up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was saying. Like, that leak was not necessarily a direction they were taking. That leak was just like, hey, let's test this out. Maybe people are fine if we, what's the word? We have like some compromise with US on certain things. But
yeah, well, here.
I'm glad we have a prime minister that listens.
He finally
to
found
the
his
people. No.
elbows.
We have a prime minister
No,
that
he
listens.
does what is politically.
Come on.
Political
viability is about listening.
advantageous to him.
Advantage politically is listening to the people that you're serving in the parliament.
I've given him his credit. That's all he's going to get from me. Because that being said, I wish we were in a stronger position going into these negotiations. I'm not going to lie. And that's something that's actually within our control. Being in a stronger position, if we had a bit more fiscal and if we had a bit more regulatory discipline as a country in Canada. And as I say this out loud, I can just hear all the levels of government laughing at my idealism.
What was your idealism on this?
That governments should be fiscally responsible and they should be responsible when it comes to regulation that stifles innovation and growth of the economy.
So, see, let me tell you something I like about this elbows up era. I've been shouting elbows up. And the only time I was looking sus at Marcani was when his elbows were...
Gordie Howe Bridge.
No, not really. Gordie Howe Bridge, I was like, sure.
Sure what? That was the time to be elbows up. Gordie Howe literally
that's
coined the phrase elbows up. My goodness, it was the most symbolic moment for Marcani to go elbows up.
No.
Once again, I'm glad now...
This is the symbolic
This is
moment.
This is the most
This is
impactful moment.
Exactly, to go
that
elbows
was
up.
a symbolic moment.
Yeah,
he
that's
should
what I'm
have
saying,
gone elbows up.
Yeah, symbolic looking, but fine, you did not do that. I'm fine if you had to go 50-50 on the bridge and everything. The part that I was like, dude, come on now. You want to, first of all, go back on what is affecting the US with their liquor sales. You also want to give them a headwind on supply management. You also want to give them permanent tariffs on the auto industry. I'm like, that looks like he just sat down.
Like I said, he was about to sign a bad deal.
No, looking back, 2020, I think what they did was they just wanted to tell people, because maybe the negotiators wanted to do it, Carney was hardcore, or Carney wanted to do it, the negotiators were hardcore. And people were like, let's get the data on what Canadians want us to do. Leak it to the Globe and Mail. Everybody come back. Yo, we're all elbows up here. What are you doing in Washington? Come back if you're not elbows up. And then they're like, you know what? Let's go back to the table.
I don't think if anybody was hardcore, it was not Carney.
Who?
It would not have been Carney. It would have been the people who realized that you cannot sell a terrible deal to the premiers. Because here's the unique, complex thing with Canada. BC, all they care about, well, not all, but they care about softwood lumber.
Softwood lumber, yeah.
Ontario is here shouting about auto industry.
Yep.
You have Quebec, also softwood lumber,
Yeah, and
but
supply
also
management
dairy,
heavy,
supply management heavy, all of those things. So Mark Carney is in a tough position.
But he's built for it. The way he
He
navigated
was built
it is so good, man.
Yeah,
Yo,
by going on vacation to Tuscany.
come on, yo. Come on.
I've given him his credits. So here are my pros and cons
Okay.
for this deal falling through. Pros: we did not sign a bad deal because I know Mark Carney was barreling down.
There was no
to
way
a bad deal.
McCartney was not trying to get a bad deal for Canadians. Like literally, even Pierre said it on his press conference. He said that no deal is better than a bad deal.
Yeah, no deal is
And
better
he
than a
would try
bad
to
deal.
get a good deal for Canadians.
He would have tried to sell us something as a good deal. So I'm glad negotiations broke down the way they did. Second thing, we're going to leave this negotiation with our heads at least with some level of dignity than what would
So
have
much
happened
respect, and also
if we signed a terrible deal.
Also respect from the Americans by leaving this deal. They're going to come back and they will shout, and will call us back. Literally, watch and see.
The calling us back is one thing. If we're going back in the same position we are, I would not be happy. We need to go back from a position of strength.
We already had a position on strength. That's literally one of the things that caused these deals to fall through. One of the main stickling points on this, they wanted us to go back on all our MOUs on China, Japan, UAE. They're like, dude, come on.
We don't have the details about which countries they did not want
they
to
did not
restrict.
want us to bring in the BYDs. They did not want us to bring in the money from the Middle East. They did not want us to have those arrangements with LNG for Europe and what is it called? I think Japan and some Asian countries too. Those guys, they literally wanted us to, okay, we'll sign you a deal, we'll remove all the tariffs, bring down auto tariffs to about 15%.
And we'll only do deals with you.
I'm like,
once again, terrible. I'm glad we did not sign a bad deal. Number 3, pros. National pride is up. Right? Canadians love the whole elbows up rhetoric, and it's like, yeah, let's go, let's buy Canadian, whatever. You can put the booze back on the shelves. We will still buy wine from BC and whatnot. Right? So national pride is high. But number 4, and most importantly, it forces us to fix our domestic problems. And here are my list of domestic problems.
What are the domestic
Number 1, supply management is a scam. I said it. We need to fix it. We need to get rid of it. It's socialism
There's no way we're getting rid
it's
of
socialism that it's they've put lipstick on a pig. Like no, supply management scam. Get rid of it. Whether it's supply management,
you'll never be prime minister.
It's okay. I don't want to be prime minister. I'm just saying we're being like, this is like classic. We're being scammed and we're being sold in a way that we're like, no, we're being gaslit. Supply management is a scam. Whether it's from LCBU, we're the biggest buyer of alcohol in the world. I'm like, yeah, socialism. No, the government should not be buying alcohol in bulk and controlling
that
the market.
Sounds like some interesting. Like we need to audit that money as to what is going on.
You
have all these kind of substances and money.
It's not something to be proud of. Oh, the government of Ontario buys alcohol in bulk, and we're the biggest buyer of like that. That sounds crazy.
Although it's a good bargaining chip, it's affecting the US on this.
It's a great bargaining chip.
It's a good word that the US uses. A trade irritant.
On paper, you would assume, because we need to look into the numbers.
No,
you would
what I
assume
think is the perfect
that we get the economies of scale, the best discount, whatever. But I struggle to believe that's the case.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably what they were trying to do. Economies of scale.
No, that's not what they were trying to do for sure. This is supply management at its finest.
No, supply management is different. This is actually more demand management. I don't even know how to do it.
My guy, supply demand. It's a management that I'm not on board with.
Economics, any economic management is
The government should not be buying anything in
or
bulk
restricting
and controlling the demand and supply of it. Like that's just weird.
I think if we had more of these things, we probably would have been able to hit the US a lot more.
If we had more of what?
Of bulk purchases.
More supply.
Areas that supply demand, like in terms of the bulk purchases, pharmaceuticals helps a lot, because when you're buying in bulk, you can negotiate pharmaceutical prices. Canadian pharmaceutical prices are way lower than in the US, where everybody is buying pharmaceutical prices independently. So pharmacies can sell to one state at $100, sell to literally another state at $1,000, because everybody is just going to do their own deals differently. If you have a uniform system where all the pharmaceutical drugs are coming through one buyer, you can negotiate it properly. In fact, maybe that might be another part where we should do an elbows up. All the pharmaceutical drugs, we will stop doing US pharmaceutical drugs anymore. We'll go buy from Europe, we'll go buy from Asia, probably also buy some healthy medicines from natural sources too, instead of or they say Moderna just found a way to cure cancer.
Moderna is trying to resurrect their ministry. Please, they were in shambles. They were in shambles.
So they went
to go look at, okay, what are some things we've been preventing from going public? Okay, let's bring out this one. It's like, okay, it's a kind of cancer, melanoma, whatever. Let's
the way their stock flew. But anyways, okay. I think
supply management is a scam.
To your point on supply management being a scam, I think Carney agrees with you on that.
Of course, he agrees with me. Any rational human and anybody who claims to have an economics degree knows that supply management is terrible. Whether it's for booze, whether it's for dairy, whether it's for maple.
Yeah, I think the only reason I know that Carney agrees, I think Carney agrees with you on the supply management, is he was going to blame the US.
He was on the table.
He was going to blame the US for removing supply management and Canada. Use the whole Canada uniform elbows up to allow supply management to just slide on there.
You're reading into my cons already.
Oh yeah?
Let me finish my list. Supply management scam. Interprovincial trade barriers, wild. We need to get rid of it once and for all.
But then, what I think is going to happen now, somebody has to agree. If LCBO is working here and you have BC, whatever they call themselves, and all of the other provincial buyers of American spirit, if you're not going to do trades in between the people that are trying to get...
But it's essentially, they are coming to terms with the reality of economics. All they've been doing so far is weird pseudo-socialism within Canada.
Yeah.
Because now all they're saying is like, okay, well, we actually have to figure out trade. And we have to figure out trade in a free market. Like, we cannot stifle out is that we need to fix over-regulation that stifles wealth production. It needs to go. We need to drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. Carney is like, oh, this is the most consequential electricity, blah, blah, blah. The electricity produced here is going to power all the electrical vehicles in Canada. I'm like,
are you talking about the Newfoundland and Quebec deal?
Did you hear his press conference?
The LNG, like it was one of the largest.
His statement was, the electricity, this is going to be one of the greenest sources of electricity that will power all electric vehicles in Canada. I'm like, I did not know that was a metric
also,
we were measuring.
How does LNGs power electric vehicles?
Generate electricity that will charge. I'm like, I did not know that was a metric we were working with here. My guy, is that kind of thinking, I think, stifles production in Canada. And we cannot risk having that kind of behavior in this solo Canada trade thing. So, my cons.
Okay, go for it.
Some of the biggest losers in the breakdown of this negotiation are tax-paying blue-collar workers across Canada.
Fair,
They're the ones that are going to suffer, right? It's not going to people going into high-rise towers in downtown Toronto, downtown Vancouver, downtown Montreal. It's literally blue-collar, tax-paying Canadians that are going to suffer.
Because the 50%
and the people that own the businesses that
very, very peculiar,
very targeted
businesses, and some of them are saying if 50% comes in, US is our major customer base.
Yeah. Many of them in the next 4 weeks are going to have to shut down production.
Carney is going to do like some what do you call this?
Policy. He's going to go oh, we're gonna go green, EV mandate, carbon capture. We're gonna subsidize every industry. How? We're gonna print, baby, print, print,
Carney
and we're going
first
to
of all,
go further and further into inflation in Canada as a result of this. If McCartney does not exercise, what did I say? Fiscal and regulatory discipline. That's what we need in Canada.
no. Also, too, Carney is not Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, literally, if you have a
Justin Trudeau's elbows are higher up than Carney's, as far as I'm
Justin
concerned.
Trudeau has high elbows and also high printing tolerance. Basically, both of those things.
Both of them go hand in
Literally,
hand. It's like 5 and 6.
Before they even did 50%, Justin Trudeau is printing
started
100%. So Carney has not still printed a lot, obviously for his strong fund and all of those things that he's doing. He has printed a borrowed money for it. I think hopefully Carney uses some economic sense and magic to figure out a way to sustain the businesses that are going to struggle, because these businesses, like for example, people
I
that
will not
produce
hold my
specific type
breath
of
on that.
hockey sticks, I think
Yeah.
also like getting
Yeah.
whacked 50%
Hockey sticks,
for interesting
honey,
like honey and some of these things. So maybe we should start buying these hockey sticks that the US are buying. The money they were using to spend on US alcohol, they should turn it to buy businesses that are suffering from. Canada can come up with a list of businesses, a list of industries that all Canadians should support while we're elbows up. Cut down all your trips to the US. Take all those money and funds. Support Canadian businesses, workers that are employing people. Also, too, the government should give some sort of loan or money, not necessarily just free money, but a way to sustain employment. So
I best believe it's gonna be free money.
No, loan
Okay,
tied
even
to
the loans that they
employment.
give during COVID, guess what happens when it's time to repay the loan? There's riots on the street as to how the government should forgive the loan. Like, we just know it's just okay, loan, and then 4 years down the line, the government never collects. So was that really a loan or a subsidy? And see, I'm all for doing whatever we need to do to support these businesses. Here's what I don't like.
Maybe the money that Carney is raising for his house, he should donate it.
He has not raised enough money, so
But I think like we were going to support them. But anyways, you were saying something.
what I don't like is now asking Canadians to bear the brunt of supporting these businesses. Dollars, I can buy this other hockey stick for $60, $70. My guy, I love you and I love Canada, but I need to balance the books in my house. Not everybody has money printing machines in their house, right? So to enable Canadians to actually support and buy Canadian goods and services, wealth has to be generated in the economy, which is my fundamental problem of our regulation in Canada. It's like, don't print, baby, print. Like, drill, baby, drill. Get Canadians wealthy.
I don't
So
know.
they can
we
actually-
can't drill in every province, obviously.
We can. There is something to be drilled. There is something to be
Also,
mined.
why is it
There is
drilling?
something
We should be able to
to be
innovate
extracted.
other than drilling, because drilling also takes forever. They wanted to resurrect the Keystone pipeline as part of the deal that was on the table earlier this week, and Carney was like, "Okay, sure, it's going to help Alberta." At this point, I was a bit furious. I was like, first of all, Alberta and elbows up.
Yeah,
And
but,
Alberta seems to be getting all the pipelines to the US, this to the that. If you're not going to be elbows up with the rest of us, how about you start focusing on other provinces that are elbows up? I like the fact that they went to Newfoundland and Quebec to do the deal. I also like the fact that I think in Manitoba, there's also like another like what is it called? There's another like pipeline they're trying to do with Wapkano up north.
that deal with Newfoundland, they keep trying to spin this as a win-win-win.
It's
So
a
Quebec
win,
is winning, Newfoundland is
and the
winning,
federal government
and
is winning.
Newfoundland is not winning.
No, they're winning.
They're not
though.
winning. They're
I mean, the
there-
federal government is
there's a
giving the
net
backstop.
positive
Yes.
for them, but I would not classify it as winning.
Compared to what they got years ago, is winning.
What they got years ago was wild.
Yeah,
2 cents.
Yeah.
2 cents.
Because they said that Quebec was the one that was doing like a lot of the work, and also didn't get a lot of jobs in Newfoundland.
Yeah, they're treating them like a charity case. They're not a charity case. This is my problem. Regulation stifles wealth. How can you have LNG in your province and they're treating you like a charity case?
No, I don't know if it's
That's what they
actually-
do. I watched the premiere of Newfoundland. I was like, my guy.
No, it was.
I
a
can
way,
see it in your eyes.
No. It was a way better deal.
It's
It was
better
a way
than what
better deal.
it's better than the pre-existing deal. But you know, when I heard the Quebec hydro guy speak, you could tell that he is the ultimate winner in this deal.
What did he say?
Because what, they went from 2 cents, and then the reporter was trying to be like, okay, but they're increasing it to this number, and he was like, he almost laughed. He was like, well, they are phasing it over so many years that the average rate is only going up to 6 cents.
That's not bad though.
My goodness,
From
it's still
2 cents to
below.
6
It's
cents.
still below.
It's from 2 cents to 6 cents. That's like almost three. That's three,
It's
four.
that's like going from working in a sweatshop, like you're getting paid 10 cents per day, and they're like, oh, we're gonna triple your salary to 30 cents per day. Be grateful. Now be grateful. Now go on camera and say you're grateful. Go on camera and say it's a win for you. That's what they're doing to Newfoundland.
Like, to be fair, I think the way I looked at it was more of like connecting Canada together, win-win-win. And if they were already offended by what the deal that they signed earlier on, and now they have a chance to renegotiate and improve on the deal that they signed, I think they should be excited about.
It's an improvement, all right. I think Newfoundland they should have had full autonomy on what they wanted this deal to look like.
But they still need Hydro-Quebec.
They need Hydro-Quebec. They need the money from the federal government to actually build the infrastructure.
Yes.
They need all of those things. But
Yeah, but like that's the thing with it. Like if you're
man,
not, if you don't have the natural,
too many governments have their hand in this deal, and it pisses me off.
No, that's why it's a win-win-win.
It's
and massive
oh my goodness.
energy generating projects that hopefully would power Quebec
And beyond, so
Ontario,
they're able to also
and
sell
beyond,
at
and national
market
grid
prices
too.
to other people
Yeah.
once the capacity is
yeah,
built.
and also Newfoundland will make at the end of the day once the capacity is built. So it's the people that are putting in the work should have a piece of the pie. The people that own the natural resource should have a piece of the pie eventually.
I think Newfoundland should have looked into getting private. Maybe they did, and maybe they did not get any
See.
bites. But like they should have had a very strong private industry presence in this deal. Where it's like, hey, how much you need? It's 10 billion you need, Abby. Okay, here we're gonna bring the 10 billion, but we've run the numbers, and what you're charging Quebec makes no sense. Here is exactly what you're going to charge them, and here's what you're going to charge other customers, and then you can open your mouth and say it's a win-win-win because
But then
private industry will
Quebec
win.
now go and say, well,
Newfoundland will win.
because-
Quebec can go figure out their power if they don't want to buy.
no, but that's the thing. Carney is trying to build a unified federal country. Quebec is part of it. Newfoundland is part of it. Ontario is part of it. BC is part of it. Right now, for the past year, it's been Alberta, but Alberta has not brought us anything back. So
Stop hating on that.
no, I'm just saying they have not brought us anything
Yeah,
back.
Alberta has not
Literally,
brought us anything.
like if you're the closest to the Donald, and all you can do is just tell us we should sit down while this guy gives us whack 15% here, stop us from making deals
Alberta
here.
did not stop you from doing anything.
No, they were saying, "Oh, we should do it."
Alberta
I
is
question,
working-
I question
See.
the retaliated that we're going to be. I'm like, if they are giving us 50% tariffs, you best believe our elbows will be 50% up. For 50
See.
for 50.
I don't blame Danielle Smith for looking out for her province. I don't blame Owap Kinu for looking out for his province. The premiers that I really do not understand in this whole thing, Doug Ford,
No, Doug Ford was
And
looking out
David
for,
Eby.
no, Doug Ford was looking for the
and I
auto
guess
industry.
Christine Charette. I mean, what's her name?
Yeah,
It's Christine Charette. Yeah.
No, Charette.
Charette, you know what? Charette was looking out for industry, but I just don't like the things she
Supply
was looking
manage-
at.
supply management is
Support and ripping off Newfoundland.
But looking
for
at,
energy.
if you look at things in a democracy, if you have a democracy that's heavily influenced by farmers and dairy producers,
Yeah.
how do you move an election, or how do you make people support
Guy,
you?
this is big agriculture farm.
Yeah, but
Because
even
when
if
supply management went in, there was almost 200,000 independent farmers in Quebec. They're down to less than 10,000.
yeah, but independent means you can go outside and do your own thing outside of supply management.
No. Like, it was set up to protect almost 200,000 farmers.
So
No-
there are 10,000.
Now
independent.
you're down to the big players who have a vested interest in keeping. Supply management does not protect. It does not protect the consumers.
Is this like? Well, this sounds like the cocoa industry.
My guy, this is, like I said, it's socialism at its finest.
No, but like I think supply management is a hard pill to even break, because Carney was about to lose. Like literally, if that deal got signed and supply management had no more supply in it, You see the next day, poll numbers, group. Quebec referendum, group. You see literally everything in Carney's face would have blown up.
See,
So Carney should just be grateful and just go and do Thanksgiving.
so she
That
can
right
do
now we
Thanksgiving.
have 50% elbows up and just stay put on that. I think eventually, I agree with you that we need to figure out something around supply management.
Yeah,
we need to be innovative.
like we need to be
using like a
innovative.
whole market stronghold is probably not going to be the case. But also, the only thing supply management has its perks. Trust me. I am not one to talk about, but perks are huge here. American food industry is not an industry that we just want to open up the country to. Same way that we're also
That is an easy problem to solve. That is the job of Health Canada, Canada Food Inspection Agency, and CBSA. Like between three of them, I'm sure they can figure out how to ensure that food coming into Canada meets our standards.
Yeah, but you can literally just say we do not want for them to do that because of the distance. Do you get what I mean? Like before your Heinz corrupted ketchup gets to the UK, you have to go through the waters, and those waters better like you're carrying the bulk of them. By the time you get to the UK, it would show. But in a place where we share like an on-max border, everybody can just walk in with Heinz from the US, literally. And then on scale,
Well, if individuals decide to go into the US to buy,
yeah, you can bring it in. But I'm saying like
Yeah.
if you try to do it on scale, it's already illegal because it's not going through the proper channels to declare the quotas
know.
that are needed for Canada
I
or
disagree.
for America.
Because you think about things like labeling, like they have.
That's what I'm saying.
properly.
There's a mandate.
The same
for
way we
s-
can ban the dyes and the artificial this and artificial
Yeah,
that.
but
and
obviously you don't have to. You can ban all the artificial things, and US will find a way to make natural, wrong stuff.
natural, artificial.
literally. Like I heard some crazy. I was telling you this that the orange juice that we drink is orange, but the orange that has been planted is so modified that you can't really even call this orange. Your orange should have a variety and diversity. If it's natural,
Yeah.
they should be diverse.
Yeah.
But you can't plant an orange tree and 1,000 oranges look at the same circumference, at the same taste,
The same color grading.
everything. It's like, yeah, it's going through the process of agriculture, but there's something fundamentally wrong
See.
with how you're doing your agriculture and dairy and
Yeah.
even your chicken. In fact, a lot
You're
of
preaching
things.
to the choir.
So, however you want to figure it in your country, figure out and put it in this quota.
Okay.
People that want your own type of food will come and line up on that side of the quota. Everything else will quota it.
You're preaching to the
rational.
choir. I believe we have to do better in terms of healthy eating and healthy foods and agriculture, all of those things. Canada cannot make the US the boogeyman for everything. A lot of these things can be fixed with proper domestic discipline, fiscally and regulatory wise. Because tell me why I find out this week that in Canada, at the real Canadian superstore and other grocery stores, the maple syrup I'm buying is half cane sugar.
Oh yeah, so that
Even with supply management.
there's a civil case, or is it like there's a criminal
Class
case
action.
actually. The class action and the criminal case on the producer of that maple syrup and all the big box grocery
Stores,
stores.
yeah.
And I'm
like-
pretty sure if I investigate who is behind that case class action, it's the supply management.
This
senior
is the
boys.
supply management.
It's the supply management senior boys that are fine because
They
first of all,
found a loophole.
yeah, because first of all, like you sue just the guy that's producing it, and for you to go against the big grocery firms, then you also
You
have
need
to have
deep
a big
pockets.
lawyer also
Yeah.
at the back. So whoever
Yeah.
is going about, I think they should sue them because you shouldn't have
Yeah,
100% pure maple.
something like that should not be happening in Canada
That-
for maple syrup.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
national treasure, maple syrup.
And people knew about this for years. Like
Ah.
and they didn't like it's
See.
something that he was like it was known that this maple syrup he's buying it from Ontario, selling it in Quebec, and cutting it with cane sugar.
That's wild.
I mean, talk about interprovincial trade right there.
That's wild. Because I mean, maple syrup is a national treasure. Like I mean, of all this way, like you cannot go all elbows up when we haven't figured out affairs in our home.
I mean, the fact that they caught them, something
They cut them something, but you just said they've known for how
They've known for a bit. Like CBC had to do an investigation and release the fact that they did like a They just did a random sample for statistics folks like you that don't want it. They did a random sample and found that this guy, there was a whole marketplace video on this. I believe I watched it earlier this year. They found this sample and they went to the lab and they're like, actually, this is 50% cane sugar and it says 100%
maple syrup. That's terrible. Maple syrup is. I've grown to love maple syrup.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should tell you my new concoction that I'm doing because I noticed that I didn't notice. AI was telling me why I don't like bananas and avocados.
Oh yeah, was this?
Because there's there's a latex allergy. What did I send on the chat again? There was something called talking about maple syrup, yo. I don't know why you're laughing at this. It's called this is me. I was chatting with AI today. I was like, why is it that I really just can't?
We need to turn off AI.
I really just cannot handle bananas and no. I sent this also to Dane. So let me go and check out chat. She's like, "What? Are you telling me you're allergic to latex?" I'm like, pretty much. Where did I send it to? But yeah, there are certain foods that have
a similar chemical structure, I guess, occurring in them. Because I really hope there's no rubber in our in our fruits.
Okay, so it's called. Okay, I found it here. It's called the latex fruit syndrome. Approximately 30 to 50% of individuals who are allergic to natural rubber latex show an associated hypersensitivity to some plant-derived foods, especially fresh fruits consumed.
What does plants-derived foods mean? Like, is it plants or is it like what?
I don't know, but this association of latex allergy, and allergy to plant-derived foods is called latex fruit syndrome. An increasing number of plant sources such as avocados, banana, chestnuts, kiwi, peach, tomatoes, potato, and bell peppers have been...
Bell peppers too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is like cross-reactivity due to like the antibodies and basically like some similar structures in these fruits are similar to like the latex structures too. So,
oh, there you have it. So, yeah.
So nowadays, like the way I get my fruits and my vegetables, I'm doing like smoothies with pumpkins, cauliflowers.
Oh, wow.
Maple syrup.
Can we officially cancel you?
You said the maple syrup and what else did I put in there? An almond. Yeah. Some of this,
that's not a smoothie. That
no,
sounds...
It's actually like a more of a heavy food. That's actually more of a heavy food drink. Well, anyways, I gave it to them yesterday. She's like, what is this? I was like, it actually tastes nice but it's a bit
pumpkin.
powdery. So pumpkin puree, maple syrup.
Puree, like you make the puree from the pumpkin?
I actually just went to like the store to get the pumpkin puree. 100% pumpkin puree.
100% sure.
I put like maple syrup in it. I put almond butters. I put what else did we put inside? Like protein powders. Also like cauliflowers and something else. I've forgotten what the last thing.
Cauliflower.
And oat milk, full fat oat milk. And some oats too.
Full fat oat milk.
Yeah.
Where's the fat coming from?
That's a very good question. We should ask them because AI said I should go find full fat oat milk. I went to the grocery store. They gave me like some barista oat milk. But it's crazy.
So that's probably what they use at like Starbucks and stuff.
Yeah, not the regular oat milk.
Yeah, because their oat milk feels very full fatty.
Yeah, so I don't know where the fat comes from, but oats, I guess, and milk created it. Talking about dairy.
that mixture right there.
And maple syrup is the underlying ingredients.
Yeah, maple syrup, I use like now when I drink tea or coffee or anything, maple syrup is my sweetener of choice.
I think I ordered some honey too. So like balance.
I don't know, like syrup. Honey has a bit of a twang to it.
Yeah,
so
like it gives like a richer taste.
When I do maple syrup with my tea or with my cold brew coffee, I'm like, it feels good.
I wonder, are they giving 50% tariffs on maple syrup too? Because I'm pretty sure Americans want 100% maple syrup. And
maybe they
it's
should
hard to get.
Yeah, in America, I don't think they even understand the concept of real maple syrup. Like
it's all corn syrup, yo.
Table syrup. I don't even know if it's corn. It's like sugar. It's melted sugar. So I don't know.
But anyways, shout out to you, Carney. Back to elbows, back to up.
Thank you for not signing a
The,
bad deal.
but the thing I don't know is why the response is going to come 2 weeks later.
He's trying to give time for the US to come back to the table because he said September 8th is when our retaliatory tariffs will come into play.
So the US is like, we're going to tariff Canadian beer. Come on, yeah, feel free to tariff that, man. I don't know what that is.
We have a bunch of IPAs and stuff like that.
But,
Well, they said Americans are trying to get Canadian citizenship.
well, obviously, you would want to come to the right side of the North America. Okay, here was what I was going to say. I also have a feeling, don't quote me on this, this is just my Tidley Carney senses. Carney is going to drop income taxes in the fall budget heavily.
So, in his current tenure, he has a once in a lifetime opportunity to drop a small fringe portion of the liberal base and absorb a very big
doing that past
I
year.
think he has a once in a lifetime opportunity to do it. He's trying to play both sides. He's trying to keep everything. But I think that's where he will lose it all if he doesn't drop one, which for me I'll consider the smaller group of people to gain the big population.
Carney is opportunistic but pragmatic at the same time.
My guy, he's toying both. So he keeps going on. So for me, I'm like, this whole net zero carbon capture green behavior that he keeps trying to weave into all of his center right
as far as Canada
policies.
Is getting wealthy, it's fine. Whether you call it net zero wealth or oil and gas wealth, it's wealth.
That's like
Wait, like come on, like
no.
Whether it's a net zero wealth,
it's adding it's eating into the profits of.
If you are a $1 billion,
just give us one of those trillions and let's spread it across the board.
I'm not saying give us a whole trillion. I'm saying if you're already at $2 billion of Canadian increase in wealth, 2 billion and one, because you said net zero or oil and gas.
Well, it's more than 2 billion and one, but
it's not that significant.
If he drops the Martin Guilbeault faction of the Liberal Party,
Martin Guilbeault has dropped himself.
No. Martin Guilbeault himself has dropped, but there are still some people who are straddlers. So it's like if he drops that if he stops pandering to that group, and he focuses on pandering to that center right base that he can with things like dropping the income tax, which he will gain. That will be the end of Pierre Poilievre's
that will be the
career.
End. Pierre Poilievre's career
That will be
ended
the
a long
end
time ago. So in fact, sometimes Pierre is setting up press conference. I'm like, who is coming for this press conference?
People are coming.
Like maybe one or two reporters. Everybody is looking for a leader that is working on a trade war.
Your boy was on vacation, please. Let's stop making.
Literally, people are flying to Washington. Pierre is setting up press conference. I'm like, it's next channel, please. Not because that, like, you don't have anything to say, but I'm saying like, your policies are being implemented by Carney.
Which is fine. Like, it sounds like he has great ideas and McCartney is copying them.
But I'm saying it's not carrying over to the polling numbers. So something has to give. If you really like the Conservative Party, find a way for a succession.
That's a very funny thing to do right now. There's no need for him to do that right now.
Anyways, September 4 budget.
There's no need for him to do that
Carney
right now.
is going to drop, because one of the things I'm thinking about for the fall budget is if this trade war lingers a bit more and we've supported the businesses and their employees that are getting affected, a major reform, and I think they also leaked this in the Global Mail, that they're looking for a major reform to income taxes in the fall budget. So if they're going to
take any ideas, simplify the income tax code, man.
So I think that's already coming in the fall budget. So fingers crossed Carney uses the opportunity for the trade war to make that way. A lot of people would easily just move to Canada. The thing that Trump is holding over Canada and is literally taxes.
My guy. So what you're saying is that our linchpin in this trade war is going to be to lower income taxes and get Americans to move to Canada.
Oh, businesses will move to Canada.
Businesses will not move because of lower income taxes.
No, I'm just saying like
they'll move because of lower corporate taxes.
No, I'm just saying like the tax code is going to be reformed. I don't know about how much for the corporate. I think corporates can be simplified a lot better, but it's not going to be reduced. It's just going to be simplified. I think income taxes will be reduced, and a lot of individuals that are trying to avoid the high bracket income tax in Canada by spending time in the US or spending time outside of Canada, I think it will come back. A lot of inter-provincial trade would also increase because I think Carney has
Why
to,
will interprovincial trade increase from
The reason-
lower income taxes?
because like what they call disposable income is low right now. Inflation is whacking everybody. Economy is whacking everybody. A relief in income tax will allow Canadians to even be more elbows up on this.
See, I mean, if McCartney is doing any kind of relief for income taxes, my suggestion, one, simplify it. Like, I think a flat tax rate would be helpful.
Yeah,
But
that's
two,
not gonna happen.
it has to be a permanent change. It cannot
yeah,
be
but
one
it's
of
going to be on
those
the fall budget that will
for the
be-
next 6 months or for the next 12 months. Like,
I like
no,
how
no, no,
even
no,
Pierre
no.
was saying, "Oh, can we extend the
Not extend,
gas tax?"
scrap those taxes. Like they
No,
like
see,
scrap those
if it-
taxes. That goes back to my point about
No, no, no.
pandering to this whole green
It's not
EV
even about pandering. No,
mandate
it's about
behavior.
revenue. It's about
versus
revenue for the
looking
government.
out for Canadians. Like, see, revenue for the government makes too much money already.
No. Like those
They need to be
taxes are
fiscally
heavy.
responsible. They need to be responsible when it comes to regulation, and that's like the same way Canadian families, if they have $100,000 a year, they know, okay, 40, 50K is going to government. Sure, with the remaining 60K that we have, we can only spend within our means. The Canadian government needs to get out of this behavior of either borrowing money or printing money every time they come up with a great idea, great in quotes.
I think the government is going to go out of the idea of they're going to be both fiscal responsible in the fall budget. I think that's going to be a top priority. How you think about fiscal responsibility? Obviously, that's where they're still going to be very liberal, but fiscally responsible as liberals. They're never going to be on peers dollar for dollar. Spend here, save here. No. That's not going to go out because everybody else is not doing dollar for dollar as a
But
country.
everybody else stopped printing money.
No. They are
After
still,
the pandemic,
they're still
it's
printing
not at the
money.
same rate we are.
They are still printing money.
Not at the
literally.
same
And also
rate we are.
Their debt is also increasing way more than Canada's
See,
debt.
nobody.
Way
Once
more than
again,
Canada's debt. The rate at which their debt
see,
is increasing.
the US, I
more.
mean, they already hit 40 trillion.
Yeah.
Once again, we're not Americans. Donald Trump is not our prime minister. We're
No,
Canadians.
but I'm saying if you look
Mark
at
Carney
if you
is
look
our
at-
prime
if you
minister.
look at the G7,
If you look at the G7, you look at the OECD, if you look at every country in the world, we're behind GDP wise.
yeah, we're behind GDP wise.
Our
Due to
inflation.
Trudeau. I think it's due to Trudeau. Also, shout out to Trudeau for dancing in Home Depot, but due to Trudeau, everything else.
Justin
It's like-
Trudeau et Katy Perry.
Shout out to you, man. Having fun, having the best time of your life. It's
It's
like,
kind of
don't want to deal with all this craziness that's happening. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like GDP is definitely getting better under Mark Carney.
Mm.
Definitely getting better. Home building starts also getting better under Mark Carney. Huge. Like these are things that he brought in, like the idea of just doing like the first time home buyer tax free
Man,
across the board. Stats are going crazy on that. So give Mark Carney time to cook.
give McCartney time to dig his own political grave. That's what.
Dig.
See,
As time
like I
goes on, the
said,
person that has to step down here is Pierre. I don't know why you guys don't want to actually talk about what a good strategy
Pierre
and the
Poilievre
future
is
of
not
the
our prime
conservative.
minister.
No, I'm just saying like generally.
why are you
everybody
concerned
is-
about the future of the Conservative Party?
Because I think like you guys would be a better opposition to handle and keep McCartney
no, it's okay.
honest.
We're good with Pierre.
Because
You
anyways,
guys keep trying to get rid of Pierre. We're good with
I'm
Pierre.
not trying to get rid of Pierre. I'm trying to get a strong opposition to face Carney.
No. We're good
'Cause
with Pierre.
I'm personally like a
Mark Carney,
pragmatic.
much like his boy Justin, will figure out a way to destroy his political career.
Destroy his political career.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Like,
what you guys are saying.
I'm giving him 3 years max.
I'm saying
Mark Carney will be as unpopular as he comes in the next 3 years.
yeah, I don't think he's going to be unpopular.
He's not going to make it to his second term.
Second. What are you saying?
Unless he calls some random snap election right now, which I wouldn't put past him. But
No. I see, maybe you guys in that party are like, there's no way you all are looking at this highest poll numbers for any prime minister
like I
in
said,
like second to third year.
give it 3 years.
Okay, we'll be here still. I'm just telling you, it's like stuff is going well for Canada, and very soon,
That's one way to describe what's going on.
like the whole country is united. united
against the
behind
common enemy.
no,
Yeah.
united behind a leader. Like, have you seen a situation where they are giving tariffs to businesses and the businesses that are under tariffs still support the leader's decision to elbows up against the bully?
Not really, because we were like, regardless of where we landed, deal or no deal, those businesses would have suffered. So
they will still
the
suffer, but
better
I'm saying-
outcome is the elbows up approach.
Yeah, all the
So-
premiers are behind.
All the premiers are not behind.
Who is
Jack.
not behind Carney right now?
All-
All the premiers
all the-
are behind Carney.
So why did
If
he
there
have
was
to
a-
beg them to put the booze back on the shelves?
I don't think it's a begging. I don't think there
I
was
mean,
a begging.
we got first-hand-
Wab said,
we got
Wab
first-hand
said-
reporting. He said, well, he did not beg, but what's the step
Exactly.
before begging? He
Yeah.
practically begged.
No. Wab said he tried to talk to us about the reason for why he wants the US alcohol. I'm telling you, that's a leader. If a leader can get the premiers, even Doug Ford that doesn't want to do anything, is like, you know what?
Doug Ford.
I'm just saying, like, think about a world where Pierre will be leading the country. Go and set up a conversation with the premiers. 0 of them, maybe only Mo and Daniel Smith would listen to Pierre. Versus where you have all the provinces step in line with what Carney is doing. That is unseen.
But they did not, though.
That is a no. They all came out and said
When you
they
say
would do the
all
same thing.
the provinces, they did not, though.
No, they all came out. Like BC was saying something about giving like two languages, but David Eby talks like you have a prime
Christine
minister.
did not seem convinced that she was going to put the
She
booze
said
back.
when I looked at the interview that she gave, she's like, she
So
would
we'll
just
see,
like
we'll
to
see
no, she's
about
like, yeah, she was like,
about putting
she can
it
see
back
where
in
the prime minister is
SQ,
coming from, but I would like to see the deal that he's talking about, that we need to put the booze back
Rightly
up.
so, because very much like her, I did not
But,
believe your boy was on the track
no.
to sign a good deal. He was trying to put pressure on them to put the booze back because he was about to sign a deal. A deal
Yeah.
that would have been terrible for Canada.
No. A deal that was pragmatic was what
it
I
would
think
have
was
been
going to-
terrible for those premiers, and they would not have been happy with the
If it
deal.
was a bad deal, the US would have signed it. It was not a bad deal. That's why the US decided they cannot sign it.
Well, see, once again, we will not know until the details of that deal get released. So we'll see.
But anyways, any other thing on the agenda that came up?
I saw your message about, is it Togo and
Oh yeah.
whatnot.
They're trying to improve the map. Apparently, the map is what do you call it? What do you call those things?
What do you mean?
Inequity.
Oh, lol.
Like the maps of the world, like
It's
the globe,
discriminatory.
is discriminatory.
Yeah, but they've been saying this for many decades now.
Yeah, but I didn't
actually.
know that it was like.
Yeah, the proportions do not make sense according to certain. I honestly have not looked too much into it.
Yeah, they
neither
say like
do I.
Africa, like for example, specifically on Africa, the rate at which the map or the globes show the map of Africa compared to the landmass of Africa is like on a scale of
Yeah,
at least 3x.
Canada's size.
3x Canada size, 14 times larger than Greenland. I don't know why Greenland is even a problem here. Like Greenland is
Yeah, well,
maybe Greenland is a problem in the map that they're showing Greenland better than they're showing Africa.
yeah. I'm guessing there's some sort of benefit to being properly represented on the globe.
Yeah,
or
but it just makes people feel like
feels good about their.
it feels good about the continent that you're on. It feels good about see. It's just like saying like when they take you picture and you look a bit white. It's like that's not me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I saw the news and I was like, this is the equivalent of what we're doing here in Canada. It's like we're looking for external battles to fight when there's a lot of in-house cleanups that need to be done.
Yeah, the in-house cleaner, but
Well,
I'm just
shout
saying,
out to Togo for
Togo
doing God's work. So.
Like maybe they should also check is Cape Verde also represented properly because Cape Verde is the sweetheart of everybody. So if you
After
say
the World Cup.
yeah, it's literally the
that's
same thing.
wild.
So, but anyways, Ottawa also came out from suspended its embassy in South Sudan.
Oh, you mean the other way around? Oh no, yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it suspended its embassy in South Sudan, and I think South Sudan didn't close its embassy in. I don't even know if South Sudan has an embassy in US, Ottawa.
But isn't there a lot of like are they still fighting in?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like
it's one of those things
Yeah.
that's like, yeah, this is too hot. The block's hot. Let's X. But I don't know if
I've not listened to the conversation between Pierre and Reza Pahlavi, the exiled
I don't know if
prince.
I didn't listen to it, but what I was saying was that I don't know what Pierre's whole you're invited to come and discuss like an opportunity for how you can take over
See,
Iranians.
I
Set
think
up.
the media reads too much into certain things. I think Pierre made a polite gesture
Mhm.
towards Reza, and everybody's like, "Oh no, he's inviting." I'm like, guy, like, okay,
No,
like,
it's not about. I don't
it's
have a
like,
problem
it's
with
like, hey,
inviting.
it's like you should come visit Canada.
Yeah, I don't have a
Absolutely,
problem with
like,
inviting the prince that's been exiled. I have a problem with, first of all, like like you said, you're focused on global issues. You have issues in your domot.
you have issue with Pierre being the leader of the conservative
No, no,
party.
like people think I'm coming for Pierre from a place that he's not he doesn't have good policies. I think all the policies that he had, Makani has implemented them, and at some point you start to realize what is your efficacy, right? And also too, even though Makani implemented the policies, his poll numbers go up. When Pierre suggests the policies, his poll numbers go down. Something is not adding up. If you have good ideas, but you're not helpful for the party, as a party man,
He should step
find a
down.
way to get someone that is good for the party on poll numbers and also wants to take your policies
You
and
know
run
what?
with it.
I disagree. I like having Pierre as the leader of the Conservative Party.
And also the fact that there's been no Carney is whoever is running Carney's politics. I think you're underestimating them with 3 days. Do you know, like there's not been question period.
McCartney is
like
the
nobody even thinks about opposition when it comes to Carney. The only opposition you think for Carney right now is Donald Trump. You don't even think about Pierre Poilievre when you think about opposition to Carney.
see
That is like
that's not like that's Mark Carney just circumventing the Canadian
not even
political
like
system.
McCartney
He
circumvent-
just
I'm just saying,
doesn't
like,
show up to question period. Like
it's
it's
not
just
even-
like
I'm
oh
saying,
my
like-
god, you cannot force the guy to show up.
I'm saying if you are looking at a government, a parliamentary government, you should know what
It's
the
also
opposition.
summer. It's also summer.
Yeah, it's summer, but I'm saying by the time winter comes, nothing is happening. Everything has been resolved, and then it's like, okay, well, you should have called. Like, dude, you
My
should
guy,
know what the opposition.
you're extrapolating too far into the future.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, like, look, right now it looks like McCartney has opposition, and the opposition is US.
See, Marcani can keep implementing Pierre's policies because, I mean, I'm fine with that outcome. I don't think Pierre needs to step down. I think we need Pierre's voice in Canadian politics.
Yeah, I don't think he should retire as a politician. He should probably still be there and talking. But at this point, conservatives need to get a stronger voice on the same pace as Carney. If you're saying Carney has been this bad, and we do not have anyone to replace him with, and for the next 2-3 years, if Pierre is still in charge, we will not have anyone to replace him with. Literally.
It's too early to replace McCartney.
No, I'm just saying, like, if Pierre is still in charge, whenever you are ready to replace McCartney, no one is voting for Pierre.
See, like I said, McCartney is the one that will dig his own political grave. So I'm not too worried about whether Pierre is super relevant today in in the grand scheme of things. McCartney can take all his ideas, implement them. It's good for the country anyway. But I don't think Pierre is not the prime minister. Pierre is the leader of the opposition party, and he will oppose as much as he can. But his job is just to oppose. He's not the leader of the country. So heavy lies the head that wears the crown, and the buck stops with Mark Carney. So whether he signs a deal, he does not sign a deal. All we want from him is transparency. It's like, hey, here's the deal we proposed. Here's what the US proposed. Here's where things broke down. We don't get that level of transparency. It's the same way he just doesn't show up to question period. He doesn't, he doesn't show up to work. He goes to Italy on vacation in Tuscany in the middle of a trade war with our biggest trading partner. So it's like stuff like that. You're like, well, he is the prime minister. Pierre is just the leader of the opposition. Let's stop holding Pierre to a standard that's is above his office.
I know, like, I'm not saying that Pierre is going to be the prime minister any soon. I'm even saying that he might not even be the prime minister anytime soon.
It's okay.
All I'm saying is
Give
there
him
was a
3
time
years.
when Pierre was an opposition leader to Justin Trudeau.
Man.
Everybody wanted him to be the prime minister.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah. And
nobody
they
wants him
pulled
to
the
be prime
switcheroo.
minister.
They pulled the switcheroo and whatnot.
Yeah, but I'm
You
saying
see,
right now, nobody wants him to be
that's
prime
fine.
minister.
When Justin Trudeau was newly elected, nobody wanted Pierre to be the prime minister.
No. Nobody wanted whoever was opposing
Nobody
Justin
wanted
Trudeau.
Erin O'Toole. Nobody
Erin
wanted
O'Toole,
Stephen
Andrew
Harper.
Scheer,
Nobody wanted
LLF.
Andrew Scheer. Like,
But
so it's okay.
literally- That's my point. Pierre
Pierre
is
did
right
not
now.
immediately rise to the point that all Canadians wanted him. So
No,
once
what I'm
again,
saying, Pierre right
Justin
now
Trudeau dug
is
his grave over
Andrew
9-10
Scheer,
years.
Erin O'Toole
Nah, I
combined at
disagree.
this point.
Erin O'Toole and Andrew Scheer.
Yeah, I'm saying like in the when in they were in the shadows of Justin Trudeau because
They were
Justin
not just in the
Trudeau's-
shadows. They were not. They did not have the
they didn't
ideas.
write- yeah, but no, they didn't even have they had ideas. Don't get me wrong, but the ideas were not hitting the
Yeah,
ears of
they were not
Canadians.
resonating.
That's what I'm telling you. That's
So right now, there's no need for that resonance. Pierre, ultimately, when Mark digs his political grave, Pierre.
Also, too, like conservatives because I don't know who will even replace Pierre at this point. Like there are a couple people I have in mind, but not really. Like, is it Jung or so? There's one of this really good Michael Chung.
Oh, your boy. Yeah, please.
Anyways,
I don't know about that guy. That's the finance.
the finance critic.
critic. Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael.
Pierre
Chung.
started as a finance critic, so I'm just telling you that's the only person that they have found that will step in, but it's gonna be a hard road, man.
Nah. That's a nothing burger. Like that's a non-emergency. That's CBC and CTV and you are trying to create into a story.
Okay. Well,
Let me tell you about stories. Canadians are going into debt to get married.
oh yeah, I said that one. Yeah, I said that, like going to like you have a budget of 15,000.
And they are blowing the budget and hitting 25.
A 15,000 wedding budget in Canada in this economy.
Yeah, my guy. Like, I think you should save the money for the actual marriage and
Wait, what?
yeah. The
You should have a guest list, yo.
you
And your
should
guest
have a
list should
guest
have your
list.
family. I was actually calling my sister on this. I was like, can you increase your guest list, please?
Why? For me, see, nah, man. I think the whatever from marriage.
Okay, if you have a time to celebrate your wedding,
Because what exactly are you celebrating, really?
you're deciding to commit.
It's like
better
throwing a
for
bash as soon as you get admitted to university.
Fair. And then you're not going, me, I want to enjoy wedding seasons. Don't invite me for weddings that you're saving money on.
No, save the money.
I need
Or-
enjoyment.
Sell tickets to your guest list.
Wait, what?
100%.
No, that's an
So throw a party,
abomination.
but
yeah.
your guests have to buy a ticket to attend the party.
Are you inviting like some famous artists?
Like whatever you want to do. Like if you want to do a party, through the party, create a budget. You're like, okay, here's where my money can carry me. Okay, the rest. What's our guest list size? 200. Okay, that's $100 per person. Boom. Put it up on Eventbrite or Ticketmaster.
I'm getting married, yo.
I'm getting married. It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be
That would be
beautiful.
so
it's gonna
funny.
Be wonderful. It's gonna be the best
going to
wedding
be-
ever.
That's going to be so funny. Netflix movie. 200 people. You spend the $2,000 or $3,000.
Nobody shows up.
And it's $100 they paid. Actually, the price has gone up to $2,000.
Okay, now that's why you figure out a way where it's like, okay, at the certain, you cut off tickets purchased at a certain point. If you've not sold enough tickets, you cancelled all the fanfare. You go to City
Yo,
Hall,
please don't listen to
sign the document,
Don't listen to
and you're
someone
married.
that wants to do reduce one expense for $1. What does Pierre call it? The dollar for dollar
dollar for
savings.
dollar, dollar for dollar.
That's why you all like Mr. Pierre too much. Please enjoy your weddings. Please have
See,
fun. Invite your friends.
Enjoy
invite
your
family.
marriage.
Also enjoy your marriage too. You can enjoy your wedding and marriage.
You can enjoy the wedding and marriage if your pockets are deep enough.
You don't have to have
One
deep
of the
pockets.
leading causes of divorce is money.
Yeah, but also
So if
too-
you spend all the money on the wedding,
it's like $0. All right, let's go back out. No, no, no. Canadians, please. The economy is hard. We're having like some interesting. We're elbows up. So hopefully you can save money by doing the wedding here in Canada instead of doing destination.
I think that's not how this works. I think you save money by doing the destination wedding.
But yo, man, yeah, they should. Anyways, don't go in debt for weddings. Don't go in debt.
Yes,
But
don't go in debt for
enjoy
weddings.
yourself. You can ask me for ideas for a pumpkin puree maple syrup for your guest.
Please
That
don't.
I add some oats and oat milk and protein and what else did I add? Cauliflower.
Man,
High calorie.
high calorie. Where's the calorie coming from? From the almond butter or the
Almond
full
butter,
fat
full fat oat milk.
oat milk
Oats, pumpkin puree, protein.
protein shake?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that one.
It's a budget wedding, yo.
All right. Well, if you see Mark Carney somewhere, tell him to show up for question period when Parliament is back in session, and tell him thank you for not signing a bad deal.
Let's go, Mark.
But let's fix some of
We are
these
elbows up.
domestic issues.
Put my elbows.
Say no to supply management.
Elbows up. Supply management also. Nah, I don't mind, to be honest. We'll all be good. Anyways, take it easy, y'all.